I told them to bring all their stuff, man. Let them do what they want. Just have the fun, you know.
What's up, guys? We are live on YouTube. This is John over here.
What's up, guys?
And David, and we're on Paranormal Radio, Jack FM over here in Illinois. We're gonna let you guys join us today.
Windy City.
Yeah, Jack FM in the Windy City hometown. www.windycityhometown.com.
WindyCityHometown.com. We're on the radio station here, and we're gonna be doing an interview with these guys. So I'm gonna hand the camera off to this guy here. What's your name? I'm sorry. Julius. He's gonna be filming for us for the channel today. So stay tuned. We're going to be answering some paranormal questions, talking about some upcoming investigations.
What?
This is Bob,
Where are
right?
these guys?
This is Bob. This is Bob, Julius, and Tony from Snap It.
Yeah.
Well, Julius is from Snap It.
I'm from Snap It too.
You're from Snap It too, but you got the shirt on.
No, I don't do the shirt.
I'm just from parts. I'm from parts unknown.
We got Bob over here.
All right, well, we're going to do it this way.
Okay.
I don't know why it's like popping up like that, but
Well, are people going on already? Hold on.
yeah.
Let me wear my glasses.
Just ignore any rude comments. I don't know.
I'm not gonna.
Okay. So yeah, just stick
Sit down, Dave. Go ahead, sit down. Sit down. We got to get the show going. Got to get the show going.
All right.
Gotta get the show on the road.
All right.
This is going to be a new trend now. The guests are going to come on and bring all their own equipment, and
You won't need equipment anymore.
you're going to sit. Oh, sit right next to you, Tony. Test your mic out there, Dave, and let's see if you.
I hear you.
Put
the
your
headphones
Put the
on.
headphones
and
on.
you can hear all the rest of us when we're talking too. So
See, I don't hear you guys talking. I mean, I hear you in the room. But
You
I
can-
don't hear
you know what's on the
You
headset?
can't hear it?
Maybe you got a bad headset.
Maybe.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything either on this one.
Two bad headsets, John.
I mean,
Which one is? But the two of these guys are using, Dave and Tony's.
Normally, I hear you coming.
you guys can hear me?
I can hear you.
Fine. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm cool. I can hear you guys talking.
Okay. All right.
It's not a big deal.
I can hear you now.
Cool. You guys just let me know if you hear me.
Okay, are we ready?
Ready to
All
rock.
right.
I guess so. Yeah. You okay, Tony?
Do it,
I
Johnny.
don't hear you like I normally would hear you, but I hear you.
Okay. All right. I hear you, but I don't.
I hear you, but I don't hear you.
Is there a little control on the end of that wire? Yeah, right there.
Oh,
Make
Yeah,
sure.
there's the control.
Push it.
No, just I think it's the rotostat. I think you twist it with your thumb.
Is it twisted? Can you hear me now?
No, it sounds,
I can hear everybody.
Put a bobby pin in it.
yeah. No, I don't hear anything.
Yeah, you don't need to hear
I
anything.
hear you, but I don't hear
Tony,
you.
get a bobby pin out of your hair
All
and
right,
just
I'll
stick it
put
in
it
there,
in
you know. And
Bobby pin sticks everything.
Okay, are we ready?
we're ready. At
Let's
long
do it.
last,
Let's
we're
do
ready.
it.
Here we
We're
go.
ready.
Okay.
Where'd you go?
Okay, here goes.
Theme song.
The theme song.
Yeah.
Hand's gonna get tired after an hour.
He's done this before.
It's a pro, huh?
From the John Divitta Broadcast Center, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another broadcast of Paranormal Radio with Bob Tricek on the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network and Jack FM 89.7 WRHS FM Norwich. So sit back and enjoy Paranormal Radio. And now, here he is, live, in person, breathing on his own, the king of Paranormal Radio, Mr. Bob Tricek.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. It's always nice to be on these shows, breathing on my own, and to notice that I still am the king of Paranormal Radio. I haven't been demoted down to Prince yet, so I'm keeping my... What's the matter? You're pointing at me. What's wrong already? Oh, nothing? Okay, we're going. All of a sudden, I see John panicking and looking around frantically and pointing. I thought something was wrong, so I thought, geez, we just started. It's a little early for that. We've got some old faces back on with us, and we got some new faces coming on, and voices. Well, no, there'll be faces, too, because everybody's taping things here and all that, so you'll be able to see who they are and listen to them as well. Before I do anything, I would just like to say a very personal thank you to Mr. Ray Johnson. Ray's been on with us a few times before, too. He was on when I was doing the shows over at WARG, so Ray's kind of like a longtime friend. Mr. Chicago Haunt Detective, I kind of give him the nickname Mr. Columbian Exposition. I ran a little tour over the weekend with the Elsa Park District, a little Columbian Exposition / H.H. Holmes tour. Not too much on the H.H. Holmes, though, mostly with the Columbian Exposition. And Ray just showed up. I didn't really know he was coming. I mentioned that I was doing it. He did post it on my Facebook page, but I wasn't up on the computer for a couple of days, so I didn't see it. And Ray showed up there in Jackson Park there and gave us a tour, which saved me from doing a lot of the talking. And it was just fantastic. And thanks a lot, Ray, for doing that for us. Really appreciated. Everybody enjoyed it. Everybody had a wonderful time. And my gosh in heavens, you certainly are Mr. Columbian Exposition, because he certainly is very knowledgeable about all that. Columbian Exposition stuff there. So, and I got to hook him up with somebody else too, Mr. Steve Donona, who's like a 20-year collector of Columbian Exposition memorabilia. But we'll talk about that with Ray later. Tonight's show, we've got some repeat people that we've had on here before. Tony Sabelski, who I like to call my Tim Conway, because Tony just kind of shows up when he feels like showing up. And I thought I had actually lost Tony before because he was doing his own radio show. They were doing a show, so I thought, oh, that's it. I lost Tony. He's going to be doing his own show now. But no, he's back on. And Tony is going to be starting up a new show of his own coming up pretty soon. You got a name for the show yet?
No, not a name yet.
You can't.
But,
You can't. You
it's
can't.
over the Vibe.
You can't,
Tony's
Paranormal Radio, because I got the rights on that
I know,
one
you got
already.
the
So
rights on that.
me and about 500,000 other people have Paranormal Radio. So
I don't want to be 5,001. So. and don't worry, Bob. You'll never lose me.
Oh, no, we'll always have Tony. Tony will pop up on here.
Always pop up.
Yeah, so Tony's here. Julia Schwarzinger?
Yep, hello.
Schwarzinger, I said it right. Sometimes I see Schwarzenegger, sometimes I see Schwarzinger.
It doesn't matter.
Schwarzinger. Julius is on here. Julius doesn't care. Just you can call him anything you want to. And then we got two new faces here, Mr. David Scott and Mr. John Stevens.
What's up, guys?
And they
Hey,
are.
what's up, guys?
Hi, thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. And they are with John. Say hi.
Hey, what's up, guys?
That's John. Dave, say hi.
How's it going?
There, so now you know what they both sound like. And you gentlemen are both with the Illinois Paranormal Research Association, or it's called IPRA Strong. Yeah, they told me to say strong after it. Yeah, I guess it's an inside joke, which I know nothing about, but that's it. Can we know what the joke is, or is it just something that we'd rather not say?
It's more of a hashtag kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, John says strong all the time, and I started IPRA, so we kind of just call it IPRAstrong. That's
okay, I got it.
So that's how
That's
that
it.
came about. Yeah.
And you guys are with Illinois Paranormal Research Association, and you're actually one of the bigger paranormal teams, right? There's two of you.
Two of us, yeah. We're
Although,
huge.
sometimes we have teams on here that are one, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we do that sometimes too. We'll just walk around by ourselves. But it's just John and I on the team. We bring in a lot of talented people. You guys can hear me all right?
Oh, yes, fine,
Alright,
yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
We bring in a lot of talented people, and we work with a lot of other professionals. Generally the show is primarily based around John and I.
Oh, you have a show. You said the show is based around John and you.
A YouTube series. That's
Oh,
what
I
we
see.
do.
You do
Yeah,
all
our
YouTube stuff.
channel.
Ah, okay. So, and that's why you're filming this on YouTube here,
Yeah,
too. So,
yeah,
okay.
we're live on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
What's up, guys?
Cool. Okay.
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching.
It's better if I back up. I can get. I'm going back and forth,
Oh, I see.
It's better just to back out this way.
Okay. So, now, who wants to talk first here? John? Dave?
Dave, go for it, man.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
So, what's up?
Let us know what you do, where you're researching, what you're
Okay.
into, this kind of stuff like that. You doing anything original? What sets you guys apart from all these other millions of paranormal investigative teams that are out there?
Okay, so we have a YouTube series, and we basically travel the country.
I'm not sure. Go ahead. Talk into the mic a little closer. I'm not sure you could hear you.
Okay. You guys can hear it?
There you go.
Oh,
That's
there
better.
you go. There it is.
That's better.
So we have a series on YouTube, and we travel across America, and we hunt ghosts, basically. We recently just reached, I believe, 82,000 subscribers on our channel.
I thought you were going to say 82,000 sites. I was going to say,
Yeah.
man, you really have been
We really
trolling.
go all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been to quite a few places. We have like 115 videos or somewhat. Our videos we try to make more on the higher production side. We take our time filming the videos, and they tend to look really good, more like something you'd see on television. Our investigative style is a little bit different than most. I wouldn't say different than most, but it's just two of us for the most part. So it's a little more, back and forth, and we kind of play off each other. And we do a lot of old school investigating mixed with new school investigating. We use a lot of older school stuff like the voice recordings. We do a lot of live playback, EVP recordings, and Ghost Box.
Oh, so EVPs are already old school.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. What have they? I'm out of the loop here now. What have they been replaced with?
Well, there's basically just ITC stuff, like, and also like Ghost Box. But they, the EVP stuff would be considered old school because like there's more techie stuff I guess people are using on the TV shows, I guess, stuff like that. But yeah, I consider EVPs like just good old fashioned EVP would be considered old school investigating.
Just old EVP voice recorder and
play it right back
and just play it right back.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so
anything.
what's so good about now? We have the EVP recordings, we have those. Now
Mm-hmm.
the voice box is what you said is a replacement for that. How is the voice box so much more improved over the old EVPs? Aren't you getting kind of the same results?
Well,
I wouldn't call it a voice box, spirit box.
Oh, it's like Spirit Box. All right. Yeah.
I mean, they're two different things, really. I mean, the one is a little bit more organic. The EVP voice recorder, it's a little bit more organic and more when you get the voices responding to you on a voice recorder and you record it, you play it right back. I mean, it's really it's more concrete-ish than Spirit Box where you're getting radio waves.
Okay.
And the radio waves, a little bit more controversial because when you're getting the Ghost Box uses the radio waves to scan radio channels, and then we try and reach out to spirits using the radio frequency. So when we're using that, leaves more room for error and potentially radio stations speaking to us. But you got
a lot of dead time and a little more time for error in there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Okay.
You just gotta know what you're
So
listening
basically,
for.
what it comes down to, it's kind of a little more foolproof, a little more error-proof. What you're getting is the true recording, and maybe not so much other interference and other noises.
With
Okay.
EVP, yeah.
Okay. Now I got the difference there.
definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
And I guess you guys are associated with Andy, huh?
Yeah, we work with Andy.
Yes, we.
Andrew Oberlander.
Andy's Mr. Voicebox. That's what he does. He builds these things. Yeah.
There's your brain.
Yeah, there's a Spirit Box in that.
Spirit
We
Box.
can
Keep saying
show it for
Voicebox.
YouTube.
Spirit Box. Okay.
His spirit box is right here.
There's Andy's Spirit Box, and you can get these on eBay for. I don't know.
I don't know the price either, but he makes them. So.
Is that one of his?
Yeah, this is one of his
now,
newer
what'd you pay
ones.
for that?
That's his latest one, isn't it?
I think.
Or
this
was it
is
a gift?
This was a gift.
Ah,
Yeah.
I got
From
you out of
him.
that, didn't I?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We
I get you into them and I get you out of them. So.
Andrew Opelander, and
this is one of his newest models.
Andy, I think he does have a website too.
Spirit Waves,
Chicago Spirit
Okay,
Wave.
something like that. Yeah,
Spirit Wave, I believe.
Andy's been on the show a couple of times. He's a neat guy. I like Andy.
Yeah,
He's,
he's
very,
awesome.
he's very serious about what he does. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, so this is the Radio Spectre. Sorry,
Okay.
I forgot what order it was in. But we're gonna start using this on our channel a lot.
Why don't you use it here? Do you have anything recorded on it that we can listen to? Or
We don't yet. We
Well,
just
what
kind of brought
the
this
heck?
out. Yeah.
Jeez, you bring an empty box here.
We would
Jeez.
need a
No, I'm
9
just
volt,
messing
and
with you.
I got the wire in the car with the speaker.
Not to worry. Don't
Yeah,
worry
that's
about
what I
it.
said. We don't have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, that's okay. We can do it next
But
time.
yeah, we're
We
gonna
can
be
do it
using it
another
on our
time.
channel soon. This new and improved box, as well as some other new things we got up our sleeve.
Mhm.
So look out for that. It's gonna be cool.
Okay. So some new stuff you got up your sleeves?
Mhm.
Ah, okay.
Some new locations and stuff we're working on.
New old locations, right?
Yeah.
You-
We're yeah. There's a lot of them. Most of them are old. Yeah. One of our next episode coming up, I believe, the one I'm gonna put online is Thorn Haven Manor. We went there recently. It was John, me, and John's brother came with us for this.
My brother
particular-
Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, he joined us for this one. It was his first time going.
And,
He joined us. It was a long ride, so he came with us.
Okay, and so what happened over there now? Any good results there that you want to go back for?
Thorn Haven Manor is haunted. Let's just say
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So we got some cool stuff going on there.
And of course you were there overnight, right?
We were there most of the night. It depends. Sometimes it was really cold that night. When we
Yeah.
went there, it was actually a while ago. It was freezing.
What was it,
freezing
like
out.
28 degrees in there?
It,
Something?
it was probably less
Oh
than
my
that.
God.
We were freezing.
Little hard to detect cold spots.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah. Sometimes when we film, these places don't have heat or something.
huh?
and-
Any warm spots? Sometimes you get those. Did you
No,
get any?
there was
no.
nothing
Mostly
warm.
cold
Just
There
spots.
was
awful.
nothing warm
Okay.
We
about
were
it
going
all
into the
night
car
long.
and taking
Oh
breaks
my
with the
God.
heat on in the car,
Okay.
Yeah.
fighting over who gets to sit in front for that floor heater.
So all this suffering in this 28-degree cold and all this, what did you come up with? Anything
Some good
worthwhile?
stuff.
You got
We
some
came
good
up-
stuff?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, John's brother saw his first apparition. He's a Marine, and I've never seen somebody more scared in my life.
We had done the Devil's Toy Box, and when we did it like in the one of the main rooms with
Tell
the
them
fireplace.
what the Devil's Toy Box is.
I was going to ask. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
It's
It's a box.
It's a box that's made of mirrors. And you
Mirrors.
put the lid on, and you could make an offering and put stuff in there. Like I got some stuff from the house.
This is
like
something you bring
bullets
with you, right? You bring the
yeah,
Devil's
it's
Toy Box
like
with
a 12 by 12
Okay.
Carefully.
box. Very carefully. It's made with what do you call those?
Okay, so it's mirrors inside and out, or just on the inside?
Just on the inside,
Okay.
but it's all glass, and the outside is painted with voodoo symbols, which is made by Colleen Nadas, and she did a really cool job on it.
And what's the idea of this now? You catch stuff in the mirrors that you can film, or how does it?
It's supposed to amplify paranormal energy within the
Yeah.
box, and supposedly
So
some
we-
people say it opens a portal in there and allows spirit to go in there. Some
Yeah.
people say you can like try to catch a ghost in there. That's not what we're trying to do with it, but
We
it
had,
definitely does amplify.
we had put the voice recorder in it.
Oh, yeah, you got a
Sorry?
voice recorder.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got a
see,
voice
I'm
recorder.
getting closer to the answer I've been seeking for a long time. It's like, why do ghosts like to appear in bathrooms? Maybe, and I always said because of the
Hey.
mirrors.
There you go.
There's a lot of theories about mirrors.
Because of the mirrors,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
I think
correct.
I'm half right here with this. If you guys are going to prove this, now what do you got here? You got something that's
So,
recorded with this
Yeah, we
device?
got our good old Panasonic.
Now this was taken out of the mirror.
recorder.
What'd you call this thing?
The Devil's Toy
The
Box.
Devil's box. Devil's
Yeah,
Toy
we'll
box.
put this in a Devil's
We'll
Toy Box.
put
and
it
let
in
it
there,
record.
and we had gone outside.
See, I learn something new every time I do one of these shows. The Devil's
We had put
Toy
this
Box.
recorder in
Yeah.
there and then dropped it in the Devil's Toy Box and put the lid on it.
Woo. We let it
And
roll. This is a voice
all,
activated
all three of
recorder.
us walked out of the house and went and sat in the car
15
for like
minutes.
15 minutes.
We came back, played it, and there's all kinds of talking on there. Now the weird thing is this is voice activated. so-
Anything now? This is what you put in there, right?
Mhm.
Is
Yes.
there anything on there that we can hear?
Do you have any? I don't
Well,
know.
this is from
No.
our little trip that we took. No.
So nothing from the Devil's Toy Box.
Can't
I
talk
want
about
to
that one.
I want to hear how this Devil's Toy Box works.
That's for the
Nothing there.
next time they come.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
I
well,
get,
you know what, I'll
this
bring it
is
next
this is
time,
what this is what
you
they do.
guys-
See, they set themselves up for the next show. So.
And then they can get a real holder instead of a human one.
So we schedule the next show. Okay, so the Devil's Toy Box. I would have liked to have seen this darn thing too.
Yeah.
All the voodoo
Yeah,
symbols
yeah.
on the outside.
I
Well,
do have a
video's
picture on
coming
my
out
phone,
soon.
but
Now, is
we're
the
using
Devil's
my
Toy
phone.
Box? Now, I'm a little familiar with voodoo, somewhat. The Devil's Toy Box is not something I've ever heard of before. Is this used in the voodoo religion, or is this just something that she decided to put voodoo symbols around it on her own,
She
just because she wanted to decorate it, or she felt it would be more effective?
I don't know where she came up with the idea, but that's what she put on it. And there's quite a few symbols on it, but one of the ones I know is Papa Legba.
Okay.
If you have ever heard of him, he's the gatekeeper of the spirit world.
Mhm.
So you make an offering, you can make offerings to him and make sure you, say thank you and be respectful. And
He grants requests.
yes,
Okay.
so pretty much.
So when you go on an investigation, you make an offering to Papa Legra that you get good results, and maybe you'll get
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
good results.
the Devil's Toy Box has definitely shown us some crazy results.
Okay, now if this thing is so effective, sorry Andy, but I'm going to have to say it. If this is so effective, and I'm guessing that this is just...
Andy don't want to hear that.
voodoo symbols, which I'm guessing costs a lot less than one of the spirit boxes, why do we need the spirit box?
Yeah, it's just different forms of investigating.
Now how would if we put the spirit box inside the Devil's Toy Box? Would it just blow up, or what would happen?
The box would love it too. I don't
It
know.
would be a lot of noise.
Oh, that's a good thing that
We
to
could
try
actually-
out.
It's a good thing to try.
I think it would echo though, maybe. I don't know.
Take the echo
That, or
out.
we just see a lot of
All
smoke
we
coming
could do
out of
is
it or
try.
something, or whatever, yeah.
Fire,
That'd be-
smoke coming out of it when we come back.
I'd be filming. Keep filming. Don't stop.
Either that, or when you open up
Get
the...
some water.
Either that, or when you open up the Devil's Toy Box, you might see the spirit box melted in there or something. Who
Oh,
knows?
Oh
Yeah.
my
You don't want
God,
that.
who knows?
No, you don't want to do that, because those things cost
No.
Yeah.
a little bit of money, yeah.
Well, the components are from China.
No, I'm
That'll
just
probably
saying,
happen.
of course there's going to need for, of course there's a need for your spirit box there. We're not trying to put you out of business there with this thing, so.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Thorn Haven Manor. It's coming up on our
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
That should be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a wild episode.
it's been a few months since we've
Yeah.
been there.
Sometimes we film and we just backlog it and we release other stuff, and we try to get stuff out as frequent as we can on YouTube. Sometimes we go through periods where we don't upload, and it's because we're filming and we just kind of film back to back. And
Sure.
will. It takes so long to edit some of these videos. Because if you watch our videos on YouTube, our YouTube channel, it's Eclipse Productions 89 on YouTube, or you just type in IPRAstrong. You'll see that they're very high quality videos, and it just takes very long to edit them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look at some of your stuff. I haven't done that. I'm going to have to. Julius had given me, he said something, I think you told me IPRA.
Yeah.
And you just look up IPRA, like as if I knew what this was, you know. And I'm like, well, I don't know. So I'm looking up IPRA and nothing's coming up. And I says, no, I'll find it.
I forgot the strong part.
Yeah, you got to type in strong.
Yeah. There it is. Okay,
That's the key.
yeah. We got to do that. Now, of course, everybody has.
I think they'll forgive me.
There are like 2 people in the world that are full-time paranormal investigators, outside of all the people that do this for a living on the TV shows. And I know John works for the city. You're in the forestry service.
Yeah, I'm in the forestry.
So you're up in the trees all day long, and then you
Yes.
come down to go do paranormal investigating. What's your occupation? What do you do?
I'm self-employed videographer and photographer.
You're a videographer and photographer. Okay, so that means you're out of work. Okay, thank you. No, I'm kidding.
Only in the winter.
It's like somebody saying, I'm a full-time actor. Okay, what have we seen you in? Well, okay, you're out of work. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm just messing around with you there, yeah. So I'm guessing as a videographer, you don't only do the paranormal videographing, you do other things too.
Yeah,
Something has to pay the bills.
Yeah, a lot of
There you
weddings.
go, weddings, which are paranormal experiences in and of themselves.
They can be.
Yeah. Okay, so you do photography work, so that's worthwhile and wonderful and great. And Tony, you want to say something here? Join the conversation?
I'd like
Mr.
to
Tony
ask you
Savelsky.
guys, you said the Devil's Toy Box could possibly open a portal.
Well, that's
Now,
theoretical.
does that concern you at all?
Uh,
Would you have someone there that could possibly close that portal if it did open?
You got to hurry up and shut the door.
I was
Some of us was a little bit worried about.
No, I got it.
So,
I
Actually,
bounced
really,
out.
any
I'm
spirit
back
box,
in.
anything
I'm back
we
in.
turn on could possibly open up something.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, that one, they say specifically, they say it could possibly open a portal.
It could. Yeah, I think.
that's a theory. You know?
Right.
That's
yeah,
just a
I mean, they're all
theory,
theories,
that's not
true.
known. Yeah, I'll take some water, thank you.
Yeah, so, I mean, theoretically,
Thanks.
people say that it possibly could. But then again, people say that some people use it to try and trap spirits in there, so we don't
I'm
approve of
always,
that. But,
yeah, I was going to say, I'm
so
always a
many
little
different
leery
ways.
of these
Right.
things, as you guys all
So
know.
many
If you
different
listen to Paranormal Radio, and Tony knows my feelings on this, I'm always leery of these things that open up portals and bring in something a
Right.
little more dangerous, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Not to say that you guys
That's-
don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
but it's also kind of good to maybe bring something along when you're using one of these devices that maybe can control this a little better. Who thought of this idea of this weird ghost, what'd you call it? No,
Devil's
toy
box.
I
I'm not
keep
quite
missing-
sure where it originated.
Who invented it?
It goes back far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the theory. It's just a theory of mirrors.
Right,
facing
I've
each
heard
other.
of a lot of the theories
Yeah,
with mirrors.
I've always believed that myself too, that somehow or another they're
It definitely
images
is.
in those mirrors.
Mirrors are definitely connected with the
Right.
paranormal.
That's true, and it seems to create a sort of energy. So somebody just decided
It's like-
to do it. I'm not.
In
I'm
order
sure
to
it's
make it,
online.
I think it's 6 by 6 by 6.
Oh, so it's a big thing.
Oh, okay.
6 by
It's
6.
pretty
It's
big
really that
size.
big?
Well, no, that's a
Oh.
psychomantium box, but
Jeez, Louise, now what the heck is
human
this?
devil's toy
It's like
box.
you can bring a body
that's
in this thing.
basically
you know,
that's no,
6
yeah,
by
that's
6.
basically like a life-size Devil's Toy box.
Yikes.
Life size, yeah.
Now, why do you need, if you're going to just try to get voices,
Well, that's for a human to stand inside while you're doing it.
so somebody can be in this thing, and then,
Yeah.
so they go in, you close the lid, you put them in it, and then they, yikes, I don't know if I want to do
Yeah.
this. I'd have to see what the little one does first before I'd
Yeah.
ever take the
Before you
chance
get
of
the
putting
big
If
one
you
out.
saw
Yeah.
the little one, you might not want to go in the big one because you get some spooky
Yeah.
voices. We had some. I don't like to say demonic too much, but
We got some pretty good evidence at
sound is
the
crazy.
Yeah.
Monroe house.
Mhm.
Remember I did that thing upstairs in the one room with
Yeah.
all the dolls and stuff?
And then the
We
one doll
did
started
that.
talking or
Yeah.
something.
The doll.
Doll started talking?
Yeah, there was just
Yeah.
like a
We
doll.
both said it at the same time.
There was dolls all over the place, and the one doll started just going off and singing a song or something. We were like, what the heck?
When we had gone back, we got some pretty good stuff there.
Now this is,
ourselves.
did you say the location of this spot, or can you say?
The Monroe House.
Oh, the Monroe House, okay.
That's in Indiana.
Okay, so the
That is a
Monroe
very
House
haunted place.
is, let us know what this is. Is it an active bed and breakfast? Is it someone's home, somebody lives there? Is it an abandoned house, abandoned
it's vacant.
whatever? It's vacant, and there's all these dolls still in there?
Well, it's owned.
It's privately owned,
It's
and
nobody lives there though.
Okay, is
Right.
this one of these places that they're renting out for investigations?
Correct.
Yes,
I
correct,
love it.
yes.
This seems to be the trend in paranormal now.
Yeah.
We
It's
buy
good.
a vacant
Yeah.
house, we rent it out, and we put dolls in it, and we haunt it. Okay.
My other question to you guys would be, I think I was at your 100th show premiere at Klaus Restaurant.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was 10K. Yeah.
How did you guys get started with the whole, not only in the paranormal, but how did you get started with the whole YouTube series?
I started making YouTube videos back in '09, and it was just me walking around haunted places by myself with a little cheap camera and a voice recorder, and that's it. And I just kind of started getting more professional over the years. And then I met John, actually, at Mantino State Hospital.
I've been there.
Cottage
Yeah,
building.
Right.
Yeah.
Oregon Cottage.
Yeah.
We were there with a group, and he was with a group, and there were some tours or something, and I met him, and then we started working together, and then, we had other team members, but, people have differences, and the more people on investigation, sometimes you get contamination of
Right.
audio and all this stuff. We don't like a lot of people, we don't like talking in the background or trying to record audio, and so we ended up just working with each other, and it proved to be best, and then, the viewers just started coming in. We have a lot of viewers right now. We love our fans on there. They're really, really interactive with us. They really love our work. So it's good to have that. And so basically, we just kept going. The more viewers we had, the more it motivated us.
Yeah.
And,
It's just something
Production
we
quality got
like
better.
to do in our spare time. Just
Yeah,
go
unfortunately, you
and-
can't make a
and,
living at it these days.
Right.
That's the only
we're
thing
not
that
looking
stinks.
To try to make money
Right.
off it. Like we're not selling any shirts or anything like that. We just go.
No, that'll come later.
And do
Once
our
you
thing.
get a couple of best-selling videos or something, then we'll come up with the
Yeah.
T-shirts. We'll come up with the keychains. We'll come up with all the professional
but-
if
stuff.
you guys want T-shirts, let us know.
They can start that for
We
you.
can try.
Tony's got the Tony's showing us
IPRAstrong.
I got the snap
Yeah.
shirt.
That's the,
There it is,
there it
right
is. So
there.
everybody's got a.
Yeah, we don't sell those
There it
things.
is.
Nobody wants them.
That's the old model one, I think, isn't it?
No, this
No, that's a
is
newer
Oh,
one.
that's the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because there was an older one too, but I think the older one just had like a little
It just
pocket.
had the
Yeah, you
little-
couldn't see it. Everybody had to
pocket
squint.
Yeah,
Snap it
yeah,
on top.
okay. So see, you got to come up with some T-shirts here and sell them and stuff. and
Strong T-shirt.
this and that. Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
guys don't have your own T-shirts?
Oh, we
Your own
made
team
them.
shirts?
I think we've made
Oh.
some before, but we just gave them all away.
Oh, okay.
We had like 20 of them. We were in
Why?
the Chicago Ghost Conference, and we were giving them away. And,
Yeah, we just somebody
we're
wants a shirt. Here's a shirt.
There you go.
Represent.
Okay, so
Whatever.
we do the YouTube videos, we do the investigations, we do all this stuff, and what's the goal? Outside of maybe, you said the money is not the motivation here, what's the thing? Do you intend on maybe authoring some books, definite proof that the hereafter exists? What's the ultimate goal here for you guys out of this?
Well, the show's called Believe, A Paranormal Experience. I guess my original goal was I kept going on YouTube and seeing all these ghost videos. I was searching, trying to find, ghost footage, basically. And the only place to really some good results sometimes is YouTube. There's so many, it's a good search engine for video. And I was looking, like I said, back in '08 I was always searching for good ghost footage, trying to find, just see a ghost, basically. And I couldn't find anything really worthy of watching. And I was like, come on, I would see all these fake ghost videos, like a little girl in a closet or something, and it had like 10 million views. I'm like, come on, So this motivated me to go out and, for other people who were looking like me, to find real content. That's my goal.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, gee, there's so much stuff out there. You don't
Yeah.
know really what's true and what's not. I mean, you don't want to, you don't want to tell anybody that's hokey or whatever. Some are a little more obvious than others. Some
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can.
Some
do
are
it.
hard to tell.
And some are
for sure.
some are very good. Yeah. So
Yeah.
some are. So sometimes it's a little tough to differentiate between what is the legitimate and what's not. So now, okay, now you're planning on putting these up. What you do, put them up on YouTube and all this. You have your stuff out there and all that. What makes yours different? How do you why would somebody watch your video and say, okay, this guy is good, these are legitimate, what he's got on here, he's got some real good images on this, as opposed to so and so and so and so and so and so. What put you above, like a cut above the rest?
Production quality.
Okay, so you're just better production with yours and
Most definitely
they're
production.
just done better. Okay,
People say they like our style, like the way we investigate, like the way we interact with the spirits, the way we conduct our investigations. We're always very professional.
I just want you to know, I'm not putting you on the spot.
We're always trying to.
I'm giving you a chance to
We're
promote
always
yourself, is
trying
what
to
I'm trying to
find
do, yeah.
different things to do as we investigate, trying different things and coming
Something
up
maybe
with
that somebody
different-
else hasn't done that maybe
Yeah.
put you, like you said, a cut above the rest, you know.
Like one time we did the Gonsfeld experiment
Yeah.
on Sunny at the
We
Klaus
definitely try to get out of the
restaurant.
box,
I think what you ought to do is you ought to do one of these Devil's Toy Box demonstration things, because I don't think there's been too many people that have heard of this. I really don't. I don't think it's new to me. Did you ever hear of this thing, Tony?
I've heard of it. I never really knew. Exactly
I've seen it on.
what
They
was.
did
I know
it
it's
at
the
the
first time I
church
ever heard of it.
investigation.
Yeah.
The one time they did it
I
there.
remember you telling me about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I never heard this. First time I ever heard of it. So yeah.
It's a cool thing, and
I think we got something on, from the Moreau house that time I did it there, and we got some good responses there when we when I had performed it and put it up in the room.
yeah.
And
There's some stuff we got. We got one from my row house to the funeral home, old funeral home church. That one's on YouTube.
that's in Cicero,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That
Right,
place.
that's,
We got one on
Samantha's place.
Facebook, our
Yeah.
Facebook page also. If you go on Facebook, type in Believe a Paranormal Experience on Facebook. You'll go to our page, go to videos, and then you'll see a Devil's Toy Box we did live at the Monroe house. We left it up there for like 20 minutes. Nobody's in the house, and we come back. We opened it live. That was a crazy live video because
So you get results
So many.
that quickly, like within 20 minutes time?
they were talking for like 5 straight minutes.
Now, when you guys use it, do you get response every time you use it, or sometimes it's just dead air too?
I mean, well, there's no dead air with this recorder because the voice recorder we use, the Panasonic, it's an older model. It's
The voice actor.
Voice actor.
I asked the question wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get no response at all. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Sometimes.
Just curious.
the Devil's Toy Box, I think we've got responses almost every time we've used it. When we left it alone.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
There's been a couple times where we used it and we put this in the room and we all just stood there and we didn't get anything. But when we leave this in the box, when we leave the property for a certain amount of time, we've got every time.
Maybe there's something to be learned from this. Maybe everybody's kind of missing.
Hey, folks
the
on
boat here.
YouTube, sorry I'm moving around a little bit.
That's
Forgive
all
me.
right.
Bouncing around over here and everything.
The least amount of interference, maybe the better the results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
True.
If what you're
And
saying
plus,
here,
it's
you know,
all enclosed and yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really interesting
Yeah.
because when it's in the box and nobody's in the house, the lid's on top of the box, and you get something like right into the voice, or like literally sometimes it sounds like I don't know, like an old man.
okay,
or
that's
something.
my next thing I want to ask. Are you just getting the or are you getting actual
No,
voices
no.
and getting
Well,
words we
sometimes
can
it sounds like
hear
it's
and we
speaking.
can,
Sorry.
you know.
Sometimes it sounds like speaking another language. Sometimes we do get,
Here we go again with their language.
Mhm.
There are different languages.
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
one thing I
yeah.
know. I've
That's
heard
the part-
Polish,
see, that's the part I've
Spanish,
got trouble with.
German.
I always say, if these people have, there's something that they're taking the trouble
Yeah.
to come back from the other realm or the other world to tell us this,
Mm.
and they got something they want to communicate to us, why aren't they doing it in a way that we're capable of understanding it? Why are they speaking their own language or their own languages? That's my thing about this. Sometimes I like to play devil's advocate. I know the
Yeah.
answer to some of this, but
Mhm.
I just like to hear from you guys.
We were using Andy's box, and we were getting
Spanish.
Spanish coming out of
Well,
it
okay, that's a
one
language
time.
we can understand, Spanish. We have people
Yeah.
out there that can understand it.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was.
Yeah.
Maybe the ghost was a Spanish ghost.
Yeah, that,
you know.
yeah.
You might have got a conquistador or something on there.
Yeah.
We don't
the
know.
one,
you know.
Yeah, the one was
Oh
definitely
my God!
Spanish.
Yeah.
It was just
It was
totally
responding.
If
nonstop.
someone's speaking in another
would ask
language,
you questions
okay,
and-
there's somebody out there that can speak German, there's somebody that can speak Spanish, there's somebody that can speak Italian. But when they're speaking in their own garbled tones, which is their voice from the other world,
Yeah.
that's the part I
Yeah.
got the problems with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Well, sometimes when you communicate too, if you speak in the language and ask questions in a different language, you'll get a response in a different language too.
That's true.
It's the same
Providing
thing.
they understand what you're speaking to them in the first place.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it's
maybe they're
happened.
bilingual. You know, I mean, there's people out there that speak English and Spanish, and et cetera, et cetera.
Mhm.
That's it. Just
I mean,
I was hoping for more. I mean, I'm trying to take a drink of water here.
Now, can you purchase these boxes?
these ones, yeah.
No, not that.
Devil's
Not,
Toy
no,
Box.
that's not that. The devil's
Yes.
a regular, another
If
paranormal
anybody
person.
wants one made, you could get in touch with us
Okay.
or me
Okay.
through Facebook or something, and I could.
Yeah. Special order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering if they're for
could-
sale. You can buy them or not. So.
Yeah, I could let Colleen know.
She
and,
makes
and
them privately. I don't know.
In my case, I would like to try to start out with like a devil's jewelry box, like a little one. And kind of work my way up to the toy box.
You got to be able to fit something in it, Bob.
To the specific one, you know.
She makes small ones too. So
Yeah, that's what I'm
they're
talking
pretty
about.
cool. Yeah.
I might want one of those little ones as like a dresser ornament, you know, just to have it. You know, because I like collecting things that are strange.
Yeah.
And I could use this in
I'm
one of my
sure
fortune
she
telling
would make 'em.
presentations. Give me the. Do you have any idea cost wise what these would cost, or am I putting you on the spot asking you this?
I'm sure. I can't tell you how much. That they probably vary from size to size.
Okay.
You know, like all depends on what size you want and stuff. So.
Okay, John, we're going to have to stop right there. We have to take a little break here. Stick with us, folks, and come on back and listen to more of this stuff. This is good stuff here. We'll be right back in just a second. It's a very fast break. It's only a second.
Let me
So
just double check
okay.
the
Yeah,
camera.
you go ahead.
Don't relax. It's real quick.
fast. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna check that.
Yeah, come on. It's okay.
You're listening to Paranormal Radio.
How are these guys
Bob
doing on here?
Dreisek from the
Right.
Canada Broadcast
Get
Center
responses here and there.
on Jack
real
FM
fast. It's real
89.7 WRHS FM Norwich and the Windy City Hometown Entertainment Network on Tuesday, May the 16th, the year 2017. And this is Jack FM
I know, it's very
89.7
hot in here.
WRHS FM Norwich, Illinois. And now, friends, back to Paranormal Radio with Bob Dreisek.
Oh, okay. Thank you, John. We are back on here talking with Mr. John Stevens, Mr. David Scott, Tony Sabelski, Julius Swarzinger with the Illinois Paranormal Research Association, Strong, IPRA Strong, and with Snap It, Supernatural and Paranormal Investigative Team. There.
You
I
got
did
it.
it right.
You're getting good.
Only
You're getting
because
real
I
good.
wrote it down.
Got it.
Aha, only because I wrote it down. Otherwise, I know I would forget something on that. And we're just having kind of a neat conversation here about some stuff that I wasn't aware of myself. Not that I know everything, I certainly don't. But a device called the Devil's Toy Box here. We were kind of talking about that. And John, we kind of left off the conversation before the break there with you. And Dave, I'm glad you did that so quick. I told him, I said, don't go away. He was going to check his camera. He says, it's a real quick break because we're just taping this. When they do it on the air, they get a long break because they do commercials and stuff. But our break's about a half a second. Did I mess you up there, John? Is he gonna have to edit that out, or? So go ahead. We were talking. I was remember. I just was kind of talking about the jewelry box size, and I was saying what the cost and.
So yeah, Colleen could probably make them. If anybody wants one, get in touch with me through Facebook or something, or IPRAstrong.net website, and we'll get a hold of her and let her know.
Yeah, I'd like to find out what one of these costs.
Yeah.
Just to see, what it's all about.
Yeah, it all varies from different sizes. It all depends on what size you want. So I'm sure there's different prices for different sizes.
Like I said, I'm a little familiar with the voodoo religion, which is an actual practicing religion. Not that I am myself. I happen to be Roman Catholic. But I know a little bit how voodooism, they sort of tie in loosely with Roman Catholicism. And I've never heard of this Devil's Toy Box. But like I said, not that I haven't heard of, it's not like I've heard of everything. And certainly not the authority on it. But I'm just you got my curiosity up about this thing. Especially since you seem to kind of hold a lot of store into it. You've gotten good results with it. Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it'd be kind of neat if you can kind of work hand in hand with the ghost boxes and with the Devil's Toy Boxes, and they kind of work with each other.
We ought to give that a try.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I can't come up with these ideas for
Good idea.
myself, but I give them to other people.
Good
see?
idea.
Everything happens for a reason, man.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's a good idea.
That'd be
Exactly.
cool to check out. See if
I have to ask you, gentlemen. Have you ever really been scared on one of these investigations? This is a difficult thing to ask paranormal investigators. And of course, we're all scared by the unexpected.
Right.
But have you ever really been scared, almost to the point where you say, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm out of this. This is enough for me. This really just frightened me.
Go ahead and you start, John.
Sometimes I've not very much, not very often I get scared, but there are times where I do get scared, unfortunately. Or spooked, or whatever you want to call
like
it.
I said, from the unexpected. That would happen to anybody.
I have done an investigation by myself in Manteno State Hospital, and that's one of the.
No, by yourself, that would be
Scariest
scary.
times.
Yeah.
By yourself in there.
I remember doing something for like an hour and a half. We had this series called Fear Training. Yep.
Mhm.
And we would go into these haunted places by ourselves and film just alone by ourselves.
So now Fair Train is like one of your YouTube series type things that you're doing? Okay, I got it. So if you're by yourself, how are you managing to run the investigation and film at the same, or do you just like set the camera up and then you're doing stuff in front of the camera? Or?
We were using a cowboy sling,
Okay.
right? And then one a camera in our hand and then one facing towards our face. I think we did it in Bartonville.
Infrared GoPro.
Yeah. the infrared
Okay, and what
GoPro.
popped up on there that was so frightening?
I think you just said your personal experience was most frightening at that place, right? You felt them all around you.
Yeah, Mantino was
Which is a frightening space. It's a frightening place anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those
That's
spirits
actually-
creep up on you there.
That's actually one of the first place I ever investigated was at Mantino State Hospital in the Morgan Cottage building, and I've had some good EVPs there, and just a very sad place sometimes. I mean, you feel all the spirits around you.
That's like they say, if the walls could talk, you know.
Yeah, oh my God.
I'm sure the things that went on. Yeah.
all
Yeah,
the
definitely.
bad things, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess one of the times I got most scared was we were at Central State Hospital in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh my gosh, I
And,
remember that.
he was.
Oh my God.
He was. I was walking around by myself. He was on another part of the building. It's a high security, abandoned mental hospital for the criminally insane. I was.
Now, if it's, didn't mean to interrupt you, but if it's abandoned, how is it high security?
Well, it was high security. So
Oh.
there's like big security doors.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay. All
that
right.
separate all the different rooms. So like if, in my case, I started running and it was hard to get out of the rooms.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, because it was like these heavy doors you got to push through, and then another one, and then another one. So I was alone on this one ward, and John was on the ward directly, like straight down. And didn't have a camera or anything on me. I was just walking around trying to build rapport with the spirits and say, hey guys, let's start talking a little bit here. I'm going to start doing some sessions, some EVP sessions, so let's get some responses. And while I was doing that, I felt something stand right in front of me, and I felt like it was radiating like heat onto me, and then it growled at me, and like right into my face, and like a horrible sounding animalistic growl. So I was actually pretty amateur at the time. I was only investigating for maybe 2 years or a year, and I just ran. It growled in my face, and I was like so freaked out.
So as he's
Matter
running,
of fact, your outline is still in those doors.
Like the
He
cartoons.
didn't bother opening them. I think just went right through them.
I would not doubt it.
so he was like down the hallway, and I'm back over here, like a block.
I thought I saw like a human form in those doors, when
All of a sudden, I hear him running towards me, like out of nowhere. He's like, "Run!" I'm like, "What?"
But not like you said, like you were kind of inexperienced, you were kind of new at it yourself, so
Yeah.
maybe you didn't know what to expect. I was going to say, this is probably not the best response for a paranormal investigator
No.
to do,
No, it was just too. I don't know how to explain it. And whatever
It was
entity.
just too intense for you. And
Yeah.
I did ask you what scared you the most, so.
Yeah, the entity itself was it had a presence to it, and it just didn't feel nice. And
You didn't really see anything, but you could feel it there.
yeah,
you
it was
could,
very
and you heard it.
penetrating
Okay.
feeling. Yeah, like just a very scary feeling it gave you. And so I said, dude, I just had this thing growl at me. He was like, what? Oh,
I'm like, "What?"
what are you running around for? So
You came towards me running.
So then he started running.
I'm like, "What?"
He thought there was like
So here I'm getting scared.
scavengers in
I
there.
think there's like a herd of dogs coming towards us.
So your
Vicious
instinct was to
dogs.
run right after
Like,
him, huh?
yeah.
He's like, why
So
are
I'm
you running?
Jet's right by me, and I'm like, "What the hell?" So I started running right ahead.
We went back.
Okay, we kind of covered that. Let me do another version of the question here. Have you seen anything that really floored you? Any apparitions that you say,
Oh, yeah.
whoa, this was just too much for me to handle, and let me get the heck out of this place?
Go ahead, you go first.
We were at the old Charleston City Jail in South Carolina, old colonial prison. So haunted, over 14,000 recorded deaths there. And anyway, I saw a prison guard apparition. That's on our YouTube also. But I saw a prison guard. We were messing around with his private staircase when.
Oh,
was- yeah.
For a second, I thought you were going to say something else.
Yeah. We were. He had, they had this spiral staircase.
Never mind.
It It was for guards only, and we were like walking on it, kind of taunting him a little bit. We go upstairs into the
Now
criminal.
that's not the best thing you want to do either. Is
No,
kind of taunt
no.
them and say kind of
These-
derogatory and provocative things.
Definitely not. And I mean,
No.
we don't really like to taunt stuff, but sometimes we will. We'll try to spark the energy a little bit. So.
Not lately though. I mean, we've calmed down with that a lot.
Well, yeah, we were just on a staircase. They told us that if we walked on a staircase,
Yeah,
we
but-
might get activity
yeah.
because the guards in that prison that used to run it, they hated. You couldn't go on there. If you go on, they'd kill you in real life if you were.
So now this was an old colonial
Yeah,
prison.
old colonial
the
prisons.
man you saw dressed in 18th century garb, colonial garb. that
Yeah,
type
it
of
looked
thing?
like
something
some kind of
not
uniform.
from this century, some sort of.
I couldn't tell, but
Okay.
it just looked like some kind of uniform. But it was real fast. I heard a voice. I heard somebody say, "Hey," and then like. I looked up, and in the doorway, we were in the top floor, and I looked in the doorway, and he was just staring at me. He looked so angry, and it was just for a split second. I didn't run or anything, but this wasn't that long ago, just a couple years ago now, and he was just looking at me so angry, so it just took my breath away a little bit. I was like, that was about it. But yeah, there's definitely full-bodied apparition.
Okay, so now we know. Okay, you said the old Charleston prison. So we know colonial. You said so colonial, of course, being before 1776. How long? Do you have any of the history of it? Like how long it actually was an operating prison before it shut down?
It
And now
was-
it's just a historic site.
Yeah, now it's just historic. I don't know the exact. I did at the time, but I've been in a lot of places after that, so it kind of.
Kind of gets garbled.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I don't know the exact detail. It's a.
in cement.
Yep, that's the thing. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
he's buried. They put cement in the bottom of his coffin, and then they put his body in, and then they put more cement on top of it, and then put him in the.
You switch it on the bottom.
In the grave, and then
Uh-huh,
supposedly
right.
more cement
Think
on
so.
top of that. So I don't know what they could really.
Now I don't know what the reasoning for that was. Did they think people were going to tamper with his grave, or did he do that
He
because it wasn't
supposedly,
him?
yeah. See,
Yeah.
but supposedly this